I mean, you want every single witness in Harris County? That's what that's asking for.
You have to properly represent myself for the case.
That's 4.2 million people. Really? Mr. Emitom has been charged with the offense of unlawful carrying of a weapon. The case is 40 days old. It appears that probable cause has already been found. I don't know if I did probable cause on this, or if I don't know if another judge did, because I don't remember Mr. Emitom, and I was out a week. Yeah, lollygagging. So let's just do it for.
On August 2nd, 2024, officers observed a car without a front license plate, changed lanes without a signal, and have expired registration as of March 2023. Upon approaching, officers smelled marijuana. PC search returned 4.17 grams and a loaded Smith & Wesson handgun. Additionally, there was a backpack with 3 checks that did not belong to him. Officer called Kumamoto, who said the checks were stolen from her restaurant on July 8th. When defendant broke the front window, went to the back where the checks were kept in the office, broke the hinge of the back door, and exited.
So as a result, because of that, he was charged with felony fraud on that one, on the check. Okay. Yes, he has an open case in the 182nd. Looks like he made a $15,000 bond. With us, I am going to find there's probable cause to go forward. Well, hold on a second. We'll get there. I'll let you say your piece, but do you have a Texas driver license?
I have a U.S. private property number with the FMCSA. What my vehicle was on there, it was sticker tags, everything with my business, the Amazon Estates. That's with the Department of Transportation.
Is that from the state of Texas or from where?
This is federal. This is with the Department of Transportation.
Okay, but you still need a Texas driver license, and you need registration and
I did all my best with them because it was private property that I had. They said I didn't, if I didn't need to get registration with the state of Texas because I registered it. And they said that would be my voluntary, but since it's private property, I wouldn't have to register it.
Okay. From what I know of the law, you need a Texas driver license to be able to drive.
This is, what jurisdiction is this case being tried on? That's what I'm trying to, because I'm kind of don't know what it's being tried on.
It's
criminal, civil,
criminal. Yeah. So right. You're facing jail time, right?
I believe so.
Weren't you taken to jail?
Yeah.
So that wouldn't lead you to believe it's criminal, right?
Yeah, but under common law, or is it military and tribunal? Because also with
I've been waiting for something like this for so long. This is so much fun.
I'm just trying to see what I'm being tried on, because what I was told with the US side, I wouldn't have to register with the state of Texas with the registration or licensing. I do have my own place with that vehicle too as well. So
do you need a license to drive? A Texas driver license? That's it. You either have one or you don't. The federal government has regulated to the states through the Constitution that they have allowed the states on their own initiative to create laws regarding driving on highways and byways. So that's why you see every single state has different requirements for licensing, insurance, mode of transportation. The federal government has somewhat to do with it, but by and large, they have delegated to the states that they are their own entity with regard to creating laws in their specific highways. So that's why every single state has a different type of license, different type of insurance. Like the Texas driver license is white versus Arkansas might be yellow or red, or Hawaii might be. So that's every single state has their own laws with regard. In Texas, you have to have a Texas driver license. You also have to have liability insurance as a minimum in the event that you get into an accident. Those are the two main requirements that you need to drive. If you're going to drive a vehicle, it also has to be registered so that they know that you're driving the vehicle and that you own it or have the right to have that, so it's not a stolen vehicle.
I own the vehicle and everything. When I was here the last hearing with the judge, like what he was saying, he said that when it had applied to me, but he was going to see what they were going to say about the other court about the probable cause of stopping me, because he said registration when it had in the front license plate when it had applied to me.
It does apply. It applies to everybody. Everybody has to have a back license plate. They also have to have a front license plate. And so much, they also tell you where it has to be on the car. They regulate, you can't put it in the windshield.
State, right?
State.
Yeah.
Right. They tell you where it has to be. You can't put it on the windshield. You can't put it on, like on what's it called? On the light. It's got to be right there. They even tell you how many centimeters it's supposed to be from the street to the actual place on the car. That's how bad the state of Texas micromanages all these things. They even tell you how many damn centimeters it's got to be on the car. So you have to have a front license plate. You got to have a license, got to have insurance. So if you don't have that, you can't drive. And that's it.
Yeah, I did tell him I was traveling. I wasn't arguing with him, but I was traveling. I wasn't making commerce. I used to do medical transportation, so I'm kind of aware with licensing and registration and everything. That's why with my private vehicles, I did that with the US DOT instead of the state. And I didn't know that was
correct.
interference.
You need a license. It doesn't matter whether you're saying you're conveying, whether you're traveling, whether you're, driving. It's a privilege. It's not a right, right? There's a big difference between a privilege versus a right. You have the right to walk.
I have the right to travel, don't I?
Yeah, taking your happy-go-lucky feet. You want to travel? Take those 2 feet to travel, not in a car.
Just what the 14th Amendment was saying, like I have the right to travel.
You do. Yes, and you can walk your happy ass from one part to the other part. Not in a car, though. Not without a license and insurance.
What's on there from what I did this with the Department of Transportation. They said automobiles were on there, carrier, bicycles.
They're wrong. I'm just telling you now, they're wrong. Whoever told you that, where you got that, it's complete. Because imagine this, Mr. Emiton, and I've seen this before. Imagine that you get into an accident, right? And you kill a 5-year-old kid. What's going to happen at that point? Whoever owns that car, the other people, they're going to come after you. They're not going to go after they're going to come after you. The first thing they're going to do is, do you have insurance? And if you don't have insurance, they're going to sue you. And then they're going to attach a lien on absolutely everything that you own to satisfy the judgment they get against you. And they will take your house, they will take your car, they will take your bank account, they will attach to where if you ever want to start working and get a paycheck, they're going to garnish all that money. You have insurance, liability insurance, so that if you ever get into an accident, you don't mean to do it. You didn't mean to kill the kid. It's not an purposement. It's an accident. And accidents happen. You might be looking at your phone. You're looking at, this pretty girl that's walking across the street, and then boom, you have insurance so that if that happens, the insurance company will pay on your behalf, so you don't have to pay out of your own pocket. And they will even give you a lawyer to represent you on your behalf, because that's what you pay for when you get insurance. If you get into an accident, lawyers usually call you and say, hey man, tell me what happened. Was it your fault? Or was it the other people's fault? Because we want to know who to pay. And that's why for $30 to $40 a month, you get insurance for that very purpose. And I've seen people come here, they have killed someone, and they get a $250,000 judgment against them. I've seen it. And God, you'll never dig yourself out of that. So the conveying, this, that, you need a license. You've got to have insurance. And we do it with every single person that comes here.
Can I say for the unlawful carry? The possession of marijuana, the person that was in the vehicle told the officer it was legal hemp that they got from the store. They have receipts and everything in Texas. You can have legal hemp. They got it from the store. He even told the officer it was theirs. He pulled me out the car. He didn't ask for any paperwork.
Now you're making apples and oranges, right? Now we got to test it. Is it weed?
Oh yeah,
is it hemp? Understand that takes time, but you also need a lawyer to represent you.
I found my own discovery. I was representing myself pro se.
And you can do that if you want.
Yeah.
But we have to go through a series of questions.
I represented myself plenty of times. I had dismissals here from Harris
Remember,
County.
and for purposes of the record, so Mr. Emitom had a case with me here. It was actually June 7th of 2022. He was charged with another gun case, and that was with Victoriano. God, that was a great DA too. And I found no probable cause in that case, right? So you didn't represent yourself in that case. I found no probable cause and they dismissed it. They didn't have to dismiss it, but they did dismiss it. So other than that case, have you ever represented yourself?
Yeah, many times. I have dismissals all through here from Harris County. Traffic violations.
You're welcome to do it, and who's one of the worst, who's one of the best presidents that in history that you can think about right now?
Beautiful to me right now.
You can't think of one good president that we've ever had?
I don't know any.
Abraham Lincoln, he wasn't good?
I never met him. I don't know about him at that time.
Abraham Lincoln said something. He goes, you know what? He who represents himself has a fool for a client. That's what he said. Meaning that when you represent yourself, there is an inherent conflict and there's an inherent bias, and you may not be able to see things objectively, meaning that you have your heart, you've got your soul into this case. So you may not be able to see from an outside position if they're saying something that makes sense. You're absolutely entitled to represent yourself. And if you want to do that, you're more than welcome to it. And I have no problem with you doing it. You need to understand, though, if you represent yourself, you can't come at a later day and say, you know what? I had ineffective assistance of counsel. My lawyer sucked. Well, you represented yourself. You now can't complain about that. If you go to trial and you lose and I end up putting your butt in jail for a year, you can't complain. You're stuck like Chuck for a whole year because that's what you're facing. You're facing a year in jail and you got a bunch of other documents too so
my discovery from that last month that I filed.
Well, let's do the question. So what is your full name?
Eton, she's Roque Amaton.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 34.
Where were you born?
In America.
Were you born here in Houston? Were you born in? Okay. You read and write English, right? Okay. Do you have any learning disabilities or communication handicaps? Have you ever been declared mentally incompetent or treated for any mental health disorder? Okay. You said last time I asked you about your educational background, you graduated from high school.
Graduated high school, some college.
How far did you get in college?
2.5 years.
Did you do any legal courses whatsoever?
Left that and I started doing medical transportation. I was taking classes for paramedics. I was just doing my basics. I was doing my basics.
Studying in college.
I was just doing my basics. I ain't getting into it.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. And when you're beginning, that's all you do anyways, right? Do you have any legal training, education, or experience?
Experience with dealing with the court being charged before.
And any other legal? Do you know about the Code of Criminal Procedure?
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Do you know about the Texas Penal Code?
I'm familiar, but I'm not too familiar with a lot of statutes and codes.
Were you here for our earlier trial?
No, I went upstairs.
I know you went to the felony court, but we were in trial earlier. Did you see what happened in trial earlier?
I had like a glimpse of it walking.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is that the lawyers on both sides had to introduce evidence. There's a specific procedure that you have to follow to have evidence admitted. It's detailed in the codes. You have to know that because once you represent yourself, I'm going to treat you as if you were a lawyer. I will hold you to the same standard. And I'm not here to put you through law school because I have way too much drama as it is. I don't need any more drama, right? So if you don't do it the right way, I'm going to shut you down, right? I like to be nice to people, but I'm not taking you to school. Do you understand this? Do you understand the charges against you?
No, I don't understand the nature of it.
Okay, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail. What they're saying is that you unlawfully had a weapon. As a result, you were charged, and now you're facing up to a year. Do you understand?
Yeah, what they're telling me, but I still don't understand like why I went to jail for that. So that's why
What do you not understand?
the court procedures or
No. I'm asking about the nature of the charges. No, it's not, don't talk about the procedures, don't talk about the licensing, about the conveying.
Yeah, I know
No,
I'm getting charged with unlawful care. And
right.
the
Do you understand that?
yeah, what's going on?
Okay. You have the right, or you understand the range of punishment that you're facing a year, correct?
That's what I've been told.
Okay. You have the right to court-appointed counsel. Do you want counsel to represent you?
I don't want legal advice. I don't need a legal team. I just want law.
If I offer you a lawyer now, would you want it?
them.
You really don't want a lawyer?
I represent myself. I could get none more by myself than anyone representing me.
Okay. Do you understand that you will not be able to claim ineffective assistance counsel if you lose at a later time, whether it's in trial, whether it's in a hearing, whether anything? Do you understand that? What that means is that you cannot appeal this thing. If you're found guilty and you go to jail, you know, a lot of lawyers or a lot of defendants like to claim, sorry guys, I'll be 2 minutes. A lot of lawyers, a lot of defendants like to blame their lawyers for screwing up. And they say, hey man, my lawyer messed up. I can tell you, like, that's the number one thing that defendants complain about. And probably, I don't know this for sure, but I would suspect probably the number one reason why cases are overturned because of ineffective assistance of counsel, meaning that a lawyer, for one reason or other, messed up so bad that their cases have to be redone. You cannot complain about that at a later time.
I've seen that many times. That's why I'm representing myself.
But you can't, if you mess up, you cannot appeal this thing. Do you understand? Once, and if you are found guilty, that's it. Do you understand? You also have to comply with the same appellate procedures if you lose, meaning that if you want to appeal for one reason or the other, you have to understand the guidelines and the timing, and you have to comply with those rules as well. Do you understand?
Mhm.
You will not be granted any special consideration because of your lack of formal training. Do you understand this? You may fail to properly raise points of error in the trial record if we go to trial. Meaning that if we go to trial and you object to something, because that's you hear that a lot, right? I object. This shouldn't be in there. You have to object properly. You can't just say object. There has to be more to it. You have to state the reason for the objection. It has to be a legal reason. You can't just say, I object, and expect me to hold something out. You have to give the legal reason. And there's a proper method that you have to state and ask me to do things for it to be recognized on appeal. And if you don't know this, you cannot at a later date complain. Well, I didn't know that. You understand? You still don't want a lawyer. I will give you a free lawyer. Is this voluntarily, knowingly, and intelligently made? No one's forcing you to do this. Okay. Knowing all this, are you sure that you still want to represent yourself? I got to tell you, I think that you look like a great guy. You look like you're upstanding. I have no problems that you represent yourself. Understand that you need to be careful what you tell them, though. Everything that you say, even if you think you're hurting yourself by admitting one thing or the other, you could be hindering your case, meaning hurting your case, even if you think you're helping yourself. Do you understand? I'll make you a deal. If at any time you want a lawyer, all you got to do is ask and I'll give you one. Really. If you ever feel like you're under the gun, that you feel like someone's taking advantage of you, I'm happy to give you a lawyer at any time. I want you to understand now, as a condition of your bond, though, I'm ordering you not to drive until you have a Texas driver license and a liability insurance. I'm ordering you not to drive. And I'm going to have you sign with me today an affidavit promising me you're not going to drive. If I find that you drive, I'm going to put you in jail. Do you understand?
Travel, I have personals.
Okay. You are not allowed to get into the driver's seat of a car and drive, convey, travel, however you want to term it. You cannot do that. And if I find that you do that, I'm going to put you in jail, and I'm going to make your bond so high, your head's going to spontaneously combust. Do you understand?
That waive my rights to anything? Or
No, but I'm telling you that you can't drive, convey, get into the driver's seat of a car. If you do, you're going to go to jail because I will revoke your bond. Do you understand? The only conditions I'm putting on you now are 3. No weapons, no picking up new cases, and don't get into the driver's seat of a car and drive, convey, travel. Are there any other adjectives that you can think of?
I'm sure there are, but
I guess I'll put et cetera so that it tries to cover any type of wording, so to speak. All right. So, Mr. Ematom, I'm going to find that you are okay to represent yourself. We need you to sign a form that you're going to do that.
even if I don't consent to any of these charges, because I do have my paperwork, I do have.
If you don't consent, just go. If you don't think we have jurisdiction, look, if I didn't think anyone had jurisdiction over me, do you think I would be here? If I was in your shoes? Hell no, man. If I didn't think that someone didn't have jurisdiction over me to be anywhere, I'm not going there. I'm not going to get out, take a shower, put my clothes on, because I like to be naked, right? You know, I'm not doing anything like that, you know? So if you don't think we have it, just go. Otherwise, you're here. You know we do, right? Because if you,
I don't know. That's why I filed.
let me ask you this. If you just took off now, what would happen? There you go. What does that warrant mean? What does it mean?
On, or what do you mean as far as like the warrant?
As far as jurisdiction is concerned, do you think that, look, do you think that an officer is going to go out and actually pick someone up if they didn't think they had jurisdiction to do it? Do you know how much trouble they would get in? Do you know if Stephen went out there and arrested someone now just for shits and giggles, do you know how much trouble he would get in? Right? If he had no reason to do it, do you know how much trouble he would get in? Right, a lot. He'd lose his job. He'd probably get sued. Right? Can't claim immunity. He'd be toast, Swiss cheese. So that's what I'm saying. If you didn't really think that we didn't have jurisdiction, then go.
I had to take care of this matter because
you know we have jurisdiction.
I don't know, because I was going to go to 515 Rusk and file my civil lawsuit with the officer who did arrest me because they did some unlawful, unconstitutional things that they did to me at that time. So I was going to take it there. You know, I didn't believe they had jurisdiction over me.
I would wait to see how this case goes first before you do that. You know, see how the case goes first before you start jumping the gun.
Like that's what I was waiting.
You know, but ultimately, you know, if I didn't think anyone had jurisdiction over me, I'm not going to go there, man. I have enough important things to do in my life as it is. I mean, you've been sitting here since 8:30 in the morning, where it's now nearly 1 o'clock. You know what I mean? Really. Let's get this thing done. That way you can move on with your life. We can move on with our life and just everybody be happy. That's what it's about. All we want to do is protect our city. That's all we want to do, you know, and I'm going to do it at all costs. That's it. All right. I'm going to have you sign this affidavit. After that, we'll get you out of here. And so, Mr. Ematom, you are going to have to make a plan to meet with Mr. Petrov here so that you guys can exchange evidence. He is our chief DA here. He's the one who gets all the evidence. He's the one that's going to present it to you. You can either do it here in court with us, or you can meet with them at their office, because you're going to have to get the evidence to look at it regardless. I'm happy to take any motions that you have now, and I can look at them, and then we can come back at a later date and I can roll on it for you. I see that you have a bunch of papers. I'm happy to take anything that you have, and I'll take a look over it. You know,
the clerk last month. Motion of
do
discovery.
you see anything?
I have the copy.
Which clerk did you file it with?
I have it right here, the copy. was with Marilyn Burgess.
Is that for us? District clerk, right?
That's the district.
We would still get it then, right, or no?
Yeah, and the system is then filed that last one.
You filed it under this case number or the felony court case number?
No, I filed it for this one on August 9th. I have this case number on there, 2522688.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know. I don't see anything. Oh, wait a second. I see a motion for discovery. Is that it? It's a motion for discovery?
Yes,
Is that the only one that you've done?
so far.
Okay. I have to talk to officers and back. If you give me 5 minutes, let me take a look at it. And then I'm going to give you a copy so that you can look at it as well. Let me print it out. Pavel, I'm printing it out for you. If you want to just take a look at it real quick. All right, come up, Mr. Emitom. Let's go back. Can we go back on the record?
Going back on the record.
All right, Mr. Emitom, I've gotten your motion. Have you read it?
Yes, Your Honor, I've read through it.
And
Your Honor, at this time, the state would, the state wouldn't even be able to comply with this order because it's asking for an immediate order of discovery. It sounds like spontaneously going to give
well, other than
the
that,
opposing party.
I mean, and
There needs
is
to
there,
be
is he
timing
asked?
requirements, and it's not, the language is not aligned with crime procedure or penal code. But beyond that, the only two pieces that are requested that are reasonable that I can produce with a timeline are 1 and 7.
So, Mr. Emitom, understand that you will get discovery, but sometimes it takes time. It's not immediate. It takes time to build a case, to get videos, 911 calls, reports from officers. It takes time. It's not immediate. In your motion, I guess it says he wants it immediate.
Immediate order
There's
of
just no way. We can't.
an inspection. Yeah.
But we will get it to you as he gets it, he will give it to you. I can grant you the order. I will take off the immediate provision, but I can grant you everything that you want. I'll give you their case file. I can give it to you when they get it.
Yes, but Judge, this discovery order is requesting things outside of the scope of discovery.
Well, I'm not going to give him the kitchen sink. I mean, like what?
Everything else. So 1 and 7 are aligned. 1 is requesting any documents, papers, books, accounts, letters, photographs, videos, which are body cam, objects or tangible things not privileged which constitute or contain evidence. Of course, I'm going to hand that over.
Okay.
2, any and all names of any witnesses, the Harris County Superior Court, State of Texas.
I mean, that's
County
so
of Harris,
broad, Mr.
and
Emmett.
or any political.
I mean, you want every
subdivisions.
single witness in Harris County? That's what that's asking for.
You have to properly represent myself for the case.
That's 4.2 million people. Really? Really?
So that doesn't,
I mean, I'm not going to grant that. That's silly.
it's too
You want-
broad, it doesn't go into just.
I mean, imagine any and all names of any witness for the Harris County Superior Court, State of Texas, County of Harris, or any political subdivision thereof may have. That's so broad that to even try to comply with that would take years. I mean, in relation to this case, yes, nothing else. Nothing else matters. The only thing that matters is this case and nothing else. So I'm happy to comply with the names of witnesses in this particular case. Yes, I will do that. And I can mark on there for this case only. Are you okay with it?
Your Honor,
Yeah, only,
in the event that you were to grant something like that, it would need to be filed by the defendant. That what you're granting is what is written, not what is subsequently modified.
Okay, so I
So,
guess
The language just needs to
I'll
be
just,
corrected.
okay, so what I'm going to tell you is, you're right, Pavel. I mean, right.
So
so
I just wanted to
I-
clarify that for the
You're
record.
representing yourself. I can't do the work for you, right? He so kindly is reminding me that because I'm trying to, right. So that's too broad.
We can go down the list if you wish, but.
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, we have.
So 3, a true and complete original or certified alleged contract with wet ink signatures between the petitioner, the Harris County Superior Court, State of Texas, and/or political subdivisions thereof may have law states that in order for the Harris County, and it's not even citing law, valid lawful contract between the petitioner, let them bring it forward for petitioner's inspection or immediately dismiss all charges. I believe this is going into UCC. This is not.
I mean, here you're going into the sovereign citizen type language.
Just common law.
Okay.
So, Your Honor, I will not be agreeing to
Doesn't
that.
apply here. There's no, I mean, you're saying a true and complete original and or certified copy of the alleged is not even spelled correctly, contract with wet ink signatures between the petitioner and the Harris County Superior Court. I mean,
So I'm opposed to that.
what contract?
Contract complaint, whatever. I know this is statutory and it's not going over common law, so I'm not familiar with the statutes like I explained before.
You're a lawyer now. You're going to have to familiar yourself with it.
But try me on statutes. I want to be tried on common law.
You're going to have to do it. I'm not sure. There's no common law here. It's everything's done by statute. There's no common law here. It's all done by statute. And since you're the lawyer, you need to know that.
I recognize the steps of the statutory steps. That's why I don't recognize.
So
being tried in the
let
jurisdiction.
me ask you this. How on earth are you going to represent yourself if you don't even know that?
Once I get everything I need in my discovery,
He's not going to give you body cams. He's going to give you 911 call. He's going to give you witness lists. And that's it. Right? Is there anything else that would be in here?
going down the list.
I would, so there may be dash cam I need to check. So I haven't gotten the body cam or dash cam yet. I need to check what all this.
Mr. Emmett Tom, I mean, let's get real. If you're having problems with things of this very elementary nature, how are you going to represent yourself? I'm happy to give you a lawyer. But some things are just, I mean, there's no.
We must conclude this hearing with the remainder of the list as well, and then we can go with
Hold on, just so he knows. So number 4, a true and complete original and or certified copies of the criminal record of the attorneys of record, judge, magistrate, pro tem, commissioners, witnesses, as well as all officers of this court. Yeah, that doesn't apply here, really. I mean, my criminal history. You think I have criminal history?
Do I need to ask you to a higher court or a higher court look at this matter, or?
I mean, you certainly can. You can do anything you want to in life until someone says no, right? But I don't know where you're going to get. I mean, appellate courts need jobs too. How far are you going to get? I don't know. How much money are you going to waste? I don't know. A true and complete certified copy of all oaths, commissions, as well as bonds of all officers of the court, including but not limited to deputies, court clerks, judges, magistrates, pro tems, commissioners that have or may decide to involve themselves in this matter, appointed or elected, signed under penalty or perjury on and for the official public record. Well, I don't know what bonds you're talking about. What bonds? Like James bonds?
Bonds, bid bonds,
Which ones?
appearance bond, bid bonds.
I'm not familiar with that.
After that.
Political affiliation of any and all states, witnesses, and all officers of the court. So I can't.
state as opposed.
I mean, I really. Any evidence which in any way is exculpatory to the case. Yes.
Anything in state's possession, I'm unopposed to. I will produce anything exculpatory that's in our possession, but regarding the case.
Number 8, documented proof of claim of injury signed under penalties of perjury with all immunities waived from the judges of this court, attorneys of record, the Harris County Superior Court, State of Texas, County of Harris, as well as this court, and for the official record. documented proof of claim of injury signed under penalties of perjury. So what are you referring to there?
Or the opposing party who made the complaint
What?
against me, whoever made the complaint against me, who's the opposing party.
Okay. Well, the Harris County District Attorney's Office.
Party that they have the complaint, who's the, I don't recognize who that is.
What do you mean you don't recognize?
Said the state of Texas or Harris County's, what was that?
Right. So they alleged that you did something unlawful. As a result, the officer arrested you and then brought that information all to the Harris County District Attorney's Office. And then they, in a two-pronged matter, number one, I found probable cause in this case, and then a grand jury indicted you on your felony case. So it's the Harris County.
I haven't been indicted on that. I just came from upstairs. I haven't been indicted on that case yet.
Has it been indicted or no? Well, I mean, they have, I think, up to 180 days to indict you, but
Correct. It has not been done.
not been indicted yet. Okay. I mean, I guess, would it be the information is that he's asking for? You want the charging instrument, I guess, is what you want.
Your Honor, again, I think it's just
I know that
a
it's,
textual misunderstanding. But if it were rephrased correctly, I can better understand what is being asked. And therefore, that's why I cannot agree to this order, because
I get it, but I'm
It
trying to
just
go through it with him
doesn't
so that he
align.
understands.
if it
He's
aligns
asking.
with if it aligns with something I can understand, sure. I mean, I can understand what's being asked and then I can turn it over, but I don't have that. This is not that.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here, I'm,
Yeah, I don't know what's not being understood mostly. Like,
here, let's go through number 13, just because there's a lot here that you got 16 and it's already 130. The CUSIP number tied to this case, which will show that this court and or officers of the court are profiting off this case, and it is trading on the stock market on and for the official public record.
I mean, I am the trustee for the name Eton Ematon. Birth certificate's right here. Administrator and the beneficiary for their name. I've been the trustee. I have all my paperwork that I need to prove to the court. I mean,
And
that's
that
where I
may
made the
well be
trial.
good for
But-
federal stuff, but not for us. This is state.
not familiar with a lot of statutes, so yeah.
A copy of all officers of the court registration report and profile, which is registered under Dun and Bradstreet on and for the official public record. Yeah, you're gonna have to go through this motion more. It needs to be more specific. I'm,
At this point, just for the record's purposes, the state is opposed to this motion in its entirety at this time.
so not 1 and 7 then.
Not with immediate, not that language.
Oh, right.
And we
Okay.
cannot modify that.
So it needs to be more specific. You need to have a more realistic guideline. They can't give you stuff immediate because he may not even have it in his possession. So I can't order him to give you something that he doesn't have in his possession.
How soon can they get next trial date? My next court date, will they have it, or how soon?
I don't even know. I mean,
Body cam and dash, I can escalate that by the next court date. The lab, I'm unsure of a timeline at this time. The lab of the
Marijuana.
substance.
okay. And
So-
I'm going to tell you now, it takes a lot. It takes quite a while to get labs done because, I mean, you imagine we live in a city with 4 million people. Do you know how many people get arrested with alleged illegal substances that have to be tested? You get in line in front of everybody else.
I
So
do have the lab results from the store that I got it from. I have the store that is in the lab result papers that they got it from in Houston, so I could submit that as well if it makes it quicker.
I mean,
I know y'all still have to do your
I
own.
know that you're saying that, but remember, there's always two sides to the story.
True.
So they need to test what they have to see what that is. And it's going to take a while, but it'll get done. You just be patient, but it'll get done.
At this point, we are pending body cam dash in the lab. That is what
Okay.
discovery is pending.
Typically what we do is we'll set it out 30 days and then we'll just have you come back and when you come back in 30 days, we'll see where they are. And then at that time, you guys can make a plan to go over the evidence. And you're not going to give him a copy though. He's just going to have to review it.
I believe it's subject to inspection.
Right. So you're going to have to come bring a computer.
USB.
It's not through VHS, it's through,
I'm unaware. I'll familiarize myself more before the next court date of the transfer of.
you're going to probably need to bring yourself a computer that has a CD-ROM, because usually they have stuff on CD-ROM drives or on CDs so that you're going to have to be able to look at it. Any kind of dash cam, any kind of body cam, they usually put it on a CD-ROM or on a CD for you to be able to look at it. The only other thing I need you to do is I need you to swear to us that you're not going to drive. I am making it a condition of your bond.
I hold that until
No.
I filed some stuff in my paperwork. I don't drive. I
No.
don't go by
No.
driver's license.
No.
I have my passport that I do go by.
Nope. I need you to do it now. Okay. I need you to do it. And I'm making it a condition of your bond that you sign the document that you're not going to drive,
I don't want to
convey.
contract or consent to anything or agreement to anything like that because I'm still trying to see
I'm going to revoke your bond. If you don't sign it, I'm going to revoke your bond. That's it.
I've got to be forced to sign that. If I don't sign it, I can't have the option to take that paper.
Oh, no, I'm not, you don't have to sign it, but I'm going to revoke your bond.
But in what matter of that?
Sorry?
I don't understand why my bond will get revoked because of that.
Because I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to drive, convey, travel, any way you want to put it, behind the wheel of a car in Harris County, Texas, unless you are properly licensed with a Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name.
And liability on my cars. I go by my U.S. passport now. I don't go by my Texas driver license. I don't go by licensing anymore. Not commercial.
Nevertheless, I'm having you sign a document that you understand and that you promise that you're not going to do it.
I don't understand it fully, but that's why.
If you don't, that's okay, but I am going to revoke your bond. And that's it. Correct.
Being forced to sign this right now, or it's like, because
You don't have to sign it. You know the consequence. You're hearing it now. If you've never heard it before, you're hearing it now for the entirety of the case.
I mean, I could get my driver's license.
If you do, if you get your driver's license and show me that you have.
I'm not a commercial driver. I don't engage in commerce. I don't do it.
Do you think that the 5-year-old kid that gets hit and killed in a car, or the 69-year-old grandmother that ends up paralyzed from an accident, cares whether you were conveying, whether you were in commerce, non-commerce? Injuries don't care whether you're conveying, whether you're traveling. Accidents happen whether you're conveying, whether you're driving, whether you're traveling. That doesn't care, right? When you get into an accident, it doesn't matter in what method you're doing it. An accident is just that. And if you have an accident, I want to make sure that the other party will be taken care of. I'm only asking you to follow the law. I'm not asking you to split the atom here. Great.
Break the law or any of that, but
Great.
I don't
I'm
engage
asking you
in
to sign this. If you don't have to, but I'm going to revoke your bond. That's it. And Mr. Emeton, if you get a Texas driver's license and you get insurance, I will take this deal off.
that's what I believe in, and that's believe the Constitution.
That's okay.
They trying to apply that I need to get a license and insurance, and I used to be a commercial driver for this state. I don't commercial drive anymore. I don't do medical transportation. I'm just a.
Did you hear what I said about an accident, about whether you're
I
conveying or
understand
traveling?
exactly what you mean about the accident.
Okay.
I know if I was to get on the accident road with no insurance, I could get sued and there'll be a civil matter and I go to jail. I understand that. That's why I travel very cautious. I don't.
You just said I drive.
I'm saying I
I
travel very
drive.
cautious.
You said the magic words.
I was a driver.
Come on. Don't be Helen Keller. Come on. And I'm trying to protect all of Harris County.
I'm not an
You're
engineer.
protecting you. I'm protecting all the 4.2 million people here. That's what I'm doing. Because if you get into an accident, I know that you're not going to be out a dime out of your pocket. But all those other people, they're going to be out of crap load of money, and I'm going to do everything in my power to protect every single person of Harris County. And I don't care if I offend you. I don't care if I make you mad. I don't care if your sensibilities are upset. Don't care. I don't. All I want is every person protected. And that's it. And I'm doing what the law requires. I'm not asking you to do anything that's not outside the law. And you, as acting as a lawyer, should be able to look it up and see, because it's all in the transportation code. So you can sign it. If you don't, I'll have you meet with Stephen. That's it.
I just want my rights reserved.
They're reserved.
I'm waiving my rights to the court.
No.
Signing that's waiving my rights. It's a contract. It's me.
What right are you waiving?
My right to travel. That's infringing my right to travel with the Constitution.
No,
I wanna protect the
no.
rights of
Take the
14
Dodge Patas.
14th, I don't know what that means.
Happy trails. Use your feet. You can travel with your feet.
I can, but I live in Austin. I don't live here in Houston.
Take a bus. Take an Uber. But I want to make sure if you're caught driving, I'm going to put you in jail, and I'm going to make your bond so high you will spontaneously combust, because I want you to understand that I mean business and I'm protecting every single person I can. And that's it.
The court forcing me to sign this right now.
No,
Threaten me with jail or arrest if I don't sign this. Right
correct.
now.
That is correct.
I'm in
That's correct.
imprisonment if I don't sign this. This is on the record.
It's on a record. I have a reporter right here, and it's on video. Mr. Emitom. So we're going to make you a copy, and then you can go on your way. Just be careful. You made a copy.
That's a copy of it.
Okay. Just be careful. Don't pick up any new cases. Get a license, get the insurance, come back, and then we'll let you drive. Okay? All right, bud. It's still good enough for me. So I'm going to put here, you swore him to this, right?
No. I just need the copy.
Come on, Melissa.
Judge, you want to go over the docket?
Yeah, come on.
Page 1.
2501.
Page 11. Martinez, Giolini, that's nothing.
2501.
Judge, that was it.
That's it. All right, guys. Yeah, sorry, one more. Hey, I want you to know that even though you signed this, is that an E? Are you still on the record? Can you go on real quick? Just real quick. Is this a EZ?
Hold on. Okay, Judge, go ahead.
Okay, so we're back on the record in 2522688. I had Mr. Emitom sign an affidavit promising us he's not going to drive, travel, convey in a car. And he signed it as, it says EC, is that right?
ECE.
ECE / all rights reserved, UCC 1-103. Is that your signature?
Yes.
Okay, I'm still going to hold you to this if I find that you drive. And I'm going to tell you now, you will end up going to jail. Do you understand?
Yes, I just want to reserve my rights. That's all.
Understand, I'm going to hold you to it if I catch you driving. It's going to go sideways real quick. Okay, good. All right.
Raise your right hand.
Today is time set for discovery. It is November 20th, 2024. It's approximately 11:49 in the morning. I'm going to have you guys announce yourselves for purposes of the record, please. state?
For the state, it's Amber Nathan and
Morgan Harmon.
Judge, hold on. Can you have him come over so that I can see him? Emery, right here. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. State it again.
Amber Nathan for the state.
Morgan Harmer for the state.
So what we have here today is we have Mr. Emitom. He is charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. I want to say today is our third setting or fourth. I think it's our fourth setting today. Mr. Emitom has chosen to represent himself. I have done a Feretta hearing, found that he is and can represent himself. Mr. Emitom, are you sure you don't want a lawyer to help you out? Do you want a lawyer to just stand by to be able to answer any kind of questions? Okay, you still want to represent yourself. Understand that if anytime you would like a lawyer, I'm happy to provide you one at no cost to you that can advise you in any way that you may. So that is always at your disposal whenever you need it. At the last setting, we were working on discovery to see what was available. And the only thing, if I remember correctly, the only thing as way of discovery was an offense report that was in.
So Your Honor, the discovery is in, there is a video, there is a body cam and dash cam that's in. The state has tried to reach out to Mr. Emitom to schedule a time for him to come in to review this discovery. It is the state's policy to not give this discovery out of the office to pro se defendants. He is here today. We can coordinate with our investigators for him to come and look at it, what we have. There is also a motion to suppress filed on the same transaction felony out of this, and that is scheduled for December 15th, I believe, or 9th.
December 12th is my
Well,
next.
December 12th, okay.
December 12th.
Are you representing yourself in the felony case as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Judge Lacayo did find him competent to do so, and we are having a suppression hearing on the 12th of December for that case.
Okay.
So if the evidence is suppressed, both cases would be resolved based on the search. Because unlawful carry is tied to our transaction, it is a commission of a felony offense. So if our case goes away, your case
Are
goes away.
you upstairs as well on his case
I'm on the
upstairs?
felony case,
You're
yes.
on the felony case. Okay, great.
I know the last time we was here, I did the suppressed evidence. Are they doing the misdemeanor and the felony together with the suppressed evidence? Because I emailed, I don't know if it's Anna or I have it on my email. I emailed Friday, tried to review the evidence, but I didn't get a response. I got a response to come tomorrow at 1:30. I didn't make it in town till yesterday night.
So the defendant emailed me on Friday and he reached out to review the evidence. I requested a cause number. He provided the cause number and I sent on Monday at 7:20 a.m. Would tomorrow work to review the evidence? Please let me know if you have a preferred time. I'm available anytime after 1:30 p.m.
Here now, is it possible to do it now?
Let me
Or
coordinate.
perhaps later today, since he's here?
Let me go talk to our investigators, make sure they can supervise him. And
You're here now.
Yeah.
I would, Mr. Emitom, you're set for a suppression hearing, December 12th. You have, at a minimum, got to look at every single piece of evidence that's out there before you even go to your hearing. It would be a fool's errand to go to this hearing without looking at every shred of evidence that's out there, because you have to know what they have
Yes.
and what they're going to use to prove, you know?
Last setting they did go in the back room and let me see whatever was like the report that was typed up and everything. So
Yeah.
I was able to
That's
take
just
some-
an offense report.
Yeah,
But here, he's saying there's body worn camera.
I won't camera, there's another video as well that was uploaded as evidence. And then I believe there was an image of the stolen check that was.
You want to talk to your investigator now, and can you stay here and perhaps maybe like at around 2:00, meet them at the office and then go through all the evidence then? Is that okay?
Yeah, I can do that. I can.
You're here.
I mean, yeah, I can do that now.
If
You might
tomorrow,
as well-
if you want to come in tomorrow morning,
Yeah,
that gives us time, but he has to confirm with us because ADA Harner has emailed him and he has to make that call. Like he can, I don't know, the body cam could be 4 or 5 hours of body cam because there's multiple body cams. I don't know if our investigator is going to stay till 7 o'clock to review body cam today.
That's a good point.
So
So why
if
don't
you're available tomorrow morning,
Yeah, that's
at-
we do it tomorrow morning?
Yeah, that's fine. Also, are they gonna have the the medical record for the hemp? Are they gonna have the?
So that is the one piece of evidence we're still waiting on, Judge, is the lab for the marijuana.
Check the charting instrument.
I'm telling you, it's based on it.
That takes a long time. Mr. Emitom, it takes a long
I
time.
do have the receipts from, because they had Montana Doyle that was claiming that. I do have the receipts, and she was my witness. That it said that she was claiming that. It said it in the report, so my witness could come and do the testimony or whatever.
But that's at the hearing.
Okay.
That's you do that at a hearing.
Okay.
We don't do that here as part of just evidentiary sharing, right? It's not, no one takes testimony now. No one decides.
That's when they said she could do it with the clerk. When I did have her here, they said that the clerk could.
You mean just filing an affidavit?
Or whatever she needs to do to say,
I mean, I can't tell you. You're representing yourself. That's why you usually have lawyers that kind of guide you on how to get evidence admitted, what kind of evidence gets admitted. I can't give you legal advice, and they can't tell you either.
Yeah, they said I could submit it to the clerk. That's what they said. The witness could come to the clerk and do
Who is they?
the work.
We didn't say that. All I said is that if you wanted to file an affidavit, yeah, something like that. But
I could do that.
so can you talk to your investigator? See
Yes, I'm gonna do that
tomorrow, perhaps like at 9 o'clock in the morning.
9 o'clock.
So he goes at 9 o'clock. That way it's early. He can stay for as long as he needs to do it. And then if you guys can also provide me with an address of where he needs to go, what floor, perhaps give me a contact name and number just in case as well. So your investigator. That way, if he should have any issues, he has a contact to be able to speak to someone as well. Because if he tries to go through the regular phone system to talk to, oh man, he'll be beating his head against the wall. Okay, so just hang tight with me, Mr. Emitom. I'm gonna have him talk to the investigator, see what time, make sure 9 o'clock tomorrow is good. We'll find out where you need to go. We'll give you a sheet of paper with time, location, and a contact for you. You go review everything. Our case is now 11/20. Today's November 20th. Do you want to set it for after the suppression hearing, since you guys are going to do that over there?
And honestly, I don't even think that the marijuana was sent to the lab, Your Honor. So
I put in a lab request, Judge, myself. I'm not sure if the officers provided it, but I put in a lab request.
okay, if you put a lab request, like I don't know when the.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. If the officers aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, go. You know how I feel about that. So
Just wait.
how do you feel about that? We'll set this case maybe one day after your hearing upstairs
Well,
on the 12th.
yeah.
And like they said, if you win that hearing, this case goes away.
Yeah.
If you don't win that hearing, then we'll deal with this case the day after and see how we move forward. Okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so we're off the record. All right, so just hang tight for me. I'm gonna get all the information for you and then just look at everything that's out there. Got to, okay? You're charged with yet another possession of marijuana. This is number 4. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Okay, Logan.
August 12th, 2024, at about 1 in the morning. Stop on a vehicle. Stopping past the stoplight at a red light. Officers observed the odor of marijuana upon approach. The defendant was the operator of the car. PC search uncovered marijuana in the back of the front passenger seat. The defendant admitted the marijuana was 15.5 grams.
So the stop was for stopping in front of a red light?
It's the little white line. He passed into the intersection. For a light.
Sir,
You guys into the crosswalk.
The officer told me something else that he pulled me up.
you have the right to remain silent. Exercise that right. I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Mr. Aguilar, do you have a Texas driver license?
No.
Can you run his license, Logan, please?
Spend it. Because when I got pulled over, I showed him my license.
Just because you have a license doesn't mean that it's valid. At some point, you may have to renew it. You may have to do something else, or you may have tickets. And if you don't take care of it, they suspend your license. Your license is now suspended. They just checked with DPS. You will be signing an affidavit which is a promise that you're going to make with me, Mr. Jameson Aguilar, that you're not to use or drive any car whatsoever. And if I find that you do, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you get into a car. And I don't care what you do. I don't care where you're going. I don't care how you try to justify. You will be doing a lot of time in jail. Do you understand me? I'm also ordering you not to use any alcohol or illegal drugs. How old are you? How old are you? What do you do for a living?
I buy, sell cars sometimes, and I work once in a while. I had a job, but I got fired from my job, so I'm looking for a job. I'll be doing little side jobs and stuff.
Where do you live?
I know you used to rosin.
How much dope was in the car?
It was 15.5 grams, Your Honor. Additionally, when I read his driver's license, it looked like his license had 12 current suspensions for driving without insurance.
How many?
12.
You have 12? Did you say 12 tickets?
12 suspensions. I assume those are long
Yeah,
tickets.
all the suspensions are DWLI, and right under the DWLI, it says no liability insurance, and that looks to be like indefinite, so.
Did you hear what they just said?
Yes, sir.
12 different suspended license cases. If I see you drive, I will literally hit the roof because I will be so upset. And if I get upset, I'm going to unleash on you. And it's not going to be in a good way. I'm now sending you for a drug test. And I'm ordering you to come back again tomorrow so we can talk about it. And when you come back at 8:30 in the morning, not at 11, not at 10:02, not at 11:42, 8:30 in your seat tomorrow. Do you understand? Then we will talk about your situation as far as what you're doing with work, whether you graduated high school, and what you're doing with your life. Mr. Jameson Aguilar, you have now, from 2021, a prior evading arrest, a felony theft from a person, another theft, an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, fleeing, attempting elude police officers, possession of marijuana, possession of marijuana, possession of marijuana. It changes now. Do you understand?
I don't get in trouble. It's just little stuff. Been changed my life around. I'm a whole
You done
different
changed
person.
nothing. If you think you've changed, then I'm Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz.
I don't get in trouble. I don't do no dumb stuff, not no crash jumping, none of that. That's when I was 17, 18 years old. I'm 22.
You're in front of me now with another criminal case. And if you don't think this is nothing,
It's because I buy cars and I ain't clean my car. That's what
Mr. Aguilar, I'm sending you for a drug test now. And then I want you back here tomorrow. And we are going to examine your life in full to see where we go from here, to make sure that you end up on the up and up. Do you understand? That's what we're doing.
you send me for a drug test and I'm gonna come out
Right.
at the end.
I know you're going to be dirty,
Straight up.
but I want to know. I know you're going to be dirty. I want to know what is in your system. And I want to know. And if you fail to show up tomorrow, or if you fail to go for the drug test right now, I'm going to make your bond so high, your head's going to be spinning 30 miles an hour. Do you understand? Okay. So, Billy, do you mind having him sign a receipt for tomorrow? And then he's going to be with Rachel. Rachel, he tested positive for marijuana only, correct?
Yes.
Mr. Aguilar, you will be tested 31 days from today. If you test positive for marijuana again, you will go to jail. And I'm going to make your bond extremely high. Do you understand? Yes or no? Did you graduate from high school?
GED.
Do you have your GED?
Yeah, it's at home.
Okay. What are you doing with yourself now?
Shit, I work my dad cut yards.
I want you to get a full-time job. You understand, like a legitimate 40-hour week, a job. You have too much time on your hands and you're getting into trouble nonstop, over and over and over, to the tune of now, was it 9 cases? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm done with it. And I'm done with you picking up cases. And the only way this is going to stop is if you start becoming a productive member of our society. That's what I expect from you. Do you understand? So you either get a full-time job or get into school full-time. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you back in 2 weeks from today. And I want you to show me what you have done to get a job. If you have done nothing and you not put any applications in, life between you and I will not go well. Do you understand? I will notate absolutely everything that transpires now. When you come back in 2 weeks, I want to see proof of your GED. Do you understand? I want you to bring it to me so I can see it. Okay, Josh, let's set it off 2 weeks to see what he's done to get a job, and then he has to bring proof of his GED as well. And then we'll go from there. If you've done nothing to find a full-time job, I'm telling you, I'm not going to be happy. If I'm not happy, things just won't go well. Do you understand, Ms. Aguilar? Above all else, do not use any dope whatsoever or alcohol. You will be tested. You stand charged with now assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews with the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
On April 15th at 5454 Washington Avenue, officers were dispatched an assault in progress involving weapons call at Clutch Bar parking lot. Lorenzo Castillo was arguing with an individual in the parking lot.
He's at He's at a bar?
Parking lot.
It's a restaurant too, but he was the designated driver, but they didn't say he was intoxicated, but he can read on.
To Clutch Bar, but it was the parking lot of it. Officers were able to detain 2 other co-defendants, Isaac Bravo and Carlos Ventura, based on witness statements. Complainant 1 stated that the defendant, Lorenzo Castillo, swung at him first and he defended himself. The co-defendants then began beating him up at the same time, but was able to see how many more suspects were beating him up at the same time. Complainant 1 stated that he did feel pain as well to press charges. Complainant 1 had major injuries to his face and was checked out on scene by HFD, but did not want to get transported. Complainant 2 knows Lorenzo Castillo, the co-defendant. Complainant 2 stated that the defendant and several other suspects were beating on her boyfriend and she was hugging her boyfriend in attempts to defend him. Complainant 2 stated she was also struck by several punches by the defendant, Lorenzo Castillo, and other suspects. The complainant 2 had blood on her hands and clothing, but she stated that the blood was from her boyfriend's injuries. Complainant 2 pointed out a bump on her head and stated she felt pain from that bump. Witnesses viewed the defendant and co-defendants assaulting complainant 1 and tried to separate the complainant 2 from the incident as she was getting assaulted. Defendant Castillo and co-defendant Carlos Ventura went and opened the door to the car and continued to assault complainant 1. Witness 1 stated that the defendant is a family friend and he knows the defendant's aunt. Witness 2, who stated that the complainants and him were walking towards a Clutch Bar and had a verbal argument with the defendant and co-defendants, but was able to de-escalate the situation. And later on that night, that is when the complainant was ultimately assaulted by the defendant and the co-defendants on scene.
Significant injuries, you said, huh?
Checked by HFD, Your Honor. I haven't checked because the complainant 1 stated on scene that he's going to go to the ER on his own. He didn't want to pay for the bill. So I'm going to check with that complainant to see if there's anything more and subpoena those records.
And Judge, the police report reads this when it says defendants. I think this offense report or whatever the summary is of 3 people. And so he's reading Ventura and he's reading Castillo. And they're
and defendant.
Well, it's convoluted and defendant in terms of there's nothing saying what he did. they said that Ventura and Castillo went and opened the car door, started fighting this guy. According to my client, he was the designated driver. They went into this place to go eat. The other guys were drinking. They had an argument with these people before going into the place. And when they come out, the argument ensues for whatever reason. My client says he tried to break it up and then the fight ensues. So that's where we're at. Like I said, he didn't, he was just in the middle of everything, but and the police report kind of reads like that. But I mean,
I asked you to do one thing. What did I ask you to do? Stay out of trouble. You picked up an assault. Now we're revoking your bond on the DWI. You're going to jail. And I'm telling you now, you pick up a third case, I'm going to make your bond so high you're going to flip. You understand? I'm ordering you now not to have any contact with any of these people whatsoever. No weapons, no driving, anything. You understand? Let me see. I mean, I hope that there was not a bail order or there was a affidavit that you signed promising us you wouldn't drive, because then I'm gonna have a contempt hearing.
his license is good. The one ALR hearing.
Judge, who's this on?
Bravo. All right. So he goes with you now, and then I'm gonna set the bond at 5,001 on the DWI, and then that's it.
You know what? Hang on to this, because I think they checked this in with you at jail. Because I don't know, I'm going to Washington for like a conference. Right, is that right? You'll be with his property, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna call you.
So, no contact, no weapons, or the other bunch?
So I'm gonna have him now he'll be monitored because, yeah, so don't even worry about it. He'll be with Jeremiah. So now I'm gonna put a curfew on him. He can't go out in the middle of the night. No contact with the co-defendants. Treat him like a little child. Ricardo,
Approach.
hi.
I'm approaching on Sammy Bueno.
Is he in jail?
He's in custody, Judge.
Okay.
This is one of those cases where it's there go I or something, I think is the
They're
saying.
alive?
I'm sorry?
That they're alive?
No, it could be you, it could be me,
Okay,
just
good.
one of those, I think that's a saying. But
Yeah.
just talking to this guy, he's not, there's a competency eval that I gotta submit, okay? The issue is that takes 30 days to come back. So he's gonna be sitting in jail for 30 days. We got an offer of time served on the failed to ID. And so he can't do that because I don't think he's competent. And so he's gonna be sitting in jail for 30 days. My understanding is, looking at his history, he's having situations in jail. He's telling me he's having situations in jail, and I understand that just talking to him, he would be susceptible to that. So basically what I'm trying to do is release him to a program, directly to a program, if they're able to hold him, if they have a bed for him. I'm trying to make that happen. I've talked to Pavel. He seems open to it with more info. I need to see if you're open to releasing him directly to the mental health center, the Harris Center, if I'm able to make that happen. But that would require a PR bond.
No. Because of how many times he's taken off on us.
I get it.
You know?
He's homeless, Judge.
I get it, but that doesn't excuse that your failure to come to court, right? You're still expected to come to court, especially with how many priors. He's got a laundry list of priors, and some of them are serious, you know?
I get it.
Now he picked up another assault. What happened with this newest assault, Pavel?
Judge, he was on bond for assault, and now he picked up a felon ID. And the assault, though, that was January 18th. The defendant punched the complainant with a closed fist to her face to the point where she fell to the ground. Stated she felt pain. This all took place at the Behavioral Hospital for Mental Illnesses.
Let me give a little background, if I may, Judge. So supposedly this all happened. He went to, first it's at a mental health.
Hold on a second, hold on. Do you mind bringing him out? He needs to hear this.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Sammy
Bueno.
And Judge, actually, you weren't here. Trinidad was here at the time. So Trinidad was originally on the ABI. When we were here, he was out on bond. He showed up, he sat here, and he had some concerns for his mental health because he was making comments at the time. So,
Like what kind of comments?
suicidal comments. So We left him out on bond. Trinidad filed a motion saying he's competent, but he's hearing voices, like just, I guess, is like a CYA kind of situation. But we have something on record saying he is competent, but my understanding is today he may not be competent. That's why we're filing, that's why defense wants the motion for competency.
And Judge,
My only issue is that, great, we can send them there. How do we know that they're protected though? Right, what if he lets loose in another behavioral center in the MHMRA place?
that's the thing, Judge. I can't, we can talk to him. We can inquire as to why he missed those court dates. I think you'll see where I'm coming from. That's not relevant to these cases. It's a failed to ID and it's an assault. Him missing the court date. If we just talk to him.
No.
Don't want to.
If I let him out to the MHMRA, the Harris Center, what's to say he doesn't go and beat everybody up there?
Yeah, I get it. I can't guarantee that. I get it, Judge. I get it. But I'm trying to get him some help, you know?
I get
30 days in jail is not the help, you know?
Mr. Bueno,
Yes, sir.
how are you? How's jail?
Jail been all right.
Do you know why you're here?
Yeah, for warrants.
Tell me again?
Warrants.
Come closer. Come to the bar. I can't hear you.
Warrants.
Correct. For what though?
No, just,
The assault.
assault. Yeah.
You know what happened with the assault as to why you got arrested?
I was in a mental health hospital.
And then what happened?
Judge.
No, he's getting it. You're doing great, Mr. Bueno. You're doing fantastic.
Judge, this may go into.
Well, my point is that
I got hungry, and I asked the lady, I asked the guy for some food.
Judge, this is going into.
Okay, Mr. Bueno, your lawyer here, Mr. Laredo, wants to get you into the Harris Center to get you help. My fear is that if we do that, another assault will occur. And I do not want that to happen. The reason you are here is because no self-control. You must exercise self-control. Do you understand? That's why you were in jail. Because when you get angry, you start going like this. And that's not what we do. Do you understand? How do I know if we take you to the Harris Center that it's not going to happen again?
I wasn't on my medicine at the time. I guess taking my medicine will help me to stay in self-control.
Are you taking it now? You're not taking your medication now?
Because I don't know which way to how to get my medicine.
Can we get him into medical or something so we can get him to the medicine that he needs?
Judge, my understanding is that they're, based on what I have access to, he's on something. They're prescribing something, Risperdal, I think.
Let me see.
From what I'm able to check on. What I saw. So he's on something, to my understanding.
I'm supposed to be on 5 medicine. 5 different medicines.
Judge, and this is one of those cases where I don't want to say too much, you know, but
we're here as
schizophrenia pops up so much on his history, Judge. For years, it's been popping up, and so it's. I mean, the only reason I say that, I'm trying to get him some help, Judge. I mean,
Mr. Bueno, I want to get you into the Harris Center, but I want the people at the Harris Center protected. I don't want you to do anything like what happened at the other place. Do you understand? I will give you one chance, but if you fail me again, you will be stuck with me in jail for a long time. I will only release him to the Harris Center. And we need to know that when you speak to the people at the Harris Center, that he knows that they know about the tendencies so that they are protected as well.
so if I could just give you an update on why I'm proposing this, Judge. I did this in court maybe 3 weeks ago. The way this happened was, it was kind of the same situation where he needed help. I get in contact with somebody in the MAC. They tell me supposedly there's different programs or stuff. I explain to them what's needed. They make it happen with the Harris Center. We release him directly to the Harris Center, and then he gets his help. And then
I'm okay with that.
okay. And
But like I said, only if he gets released to them and they pick him up and they take him directly there.
right, that's what we were able to do last time, and that'd be their expectation this time as well.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll it to what's today, Wednesday?
So
Friday?
perhaps reach out to Brad Morris so that we can get into like a mental health PTI or perhaps something like that to that caliber, not necessarily a PTI or however they want to craft it. I don't care,
Got it.
but that they release them directly to the Harris Center.
Okay. I think I was kind of on board depending on what they say, but I'll keep working to that.
Judge, I think we should hold off on the PR bond until we have something set in stone.
Oh,
I'm not giving them a PR bond today, of course.
I thought that was,
No.
I thought that was the direction where we're going.
No,
No.
nope. Not until I know
Yeah,
where
sure.
we signed the document
Sure.
and we have a releasing document to the actual Harris Center.
Yeah.
That's only until that.
My only concerns were, once I can file the order, but basically the Harris Center will just say, we
No.
don't have a basis to hold.
We're not ready yet.
Yeah,
Not
so.
ready. It's too premature.
And that's where I'm
That's
getting,
the route.
yeah, that's where I'm getting in contact with Max, sure, and everything else, so I have answers for you guys, and with the idea that he's
Yeah.
gonna be taken care of over there, and I'll come back with you guys, but everybody's on board, it seems like, so.
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Bueno, self-control.
Yes, sir, self-control, I'm trying to do that, self-control.
That's why everybody's in jail, because they have no self-control.
Start doing that self-control.
Good. Good things will happen then.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Judge, thank you for the opportunity. All right, Sam, I'll talk to you in a minute. Yes.
Paradone is for schizophrenia.
What's that?
It didn't say that he's taking anything. I didn't see that he's actually taking anything.
I didn't see it.
Or that he's been prescribed.
It's for schizophrenia, bipolar, and
On a page that I could see on the orange sheet or whatever, on top it says what he's taking, meds currently taking or something. So, but yeah, Judge, so I'm gonna touch base with the MAC person, get everything in order for you guys, and then you guys
Set
can
it-
sign off on it.
Perhaps a week, or how long you want to do it?
Judge, I'm gonna try to make it happen by Friday,
Okay,
or,
however you want.
he's right, as of April 13th, he's taking risperidone.
that's what I saw, yeah.
Okay, good.
And
Maybe that's why perhaps he was as good as he was today.
yeah.
Able to communicate, he was doing great.
And he's homeless, Judge, when, I'm assuming he's not taking his stuff when he's homeless, so, yeah.
That's right.
But let me reset it. Thank you, guys.
I'm gonna step down briefly and then we can do it.
Thank you, Judge.
I think you're ready for this.
I'll report on that, set for Monday. I'm still trying to figure out.
But the felony's going.
Hey,
Yeah, I mean,
Mr. Stryker. Me too.
Touche.
Mm-mm. 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 Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm.
Misdemeanor, no control over the felony. It's just the misdemeanors.
Ms. Williams, let's go through this. In June of 22, you had an interference that dismissed. In September of 2022, you had an injury to a child dismissed. In September of 23, an aggravated assault against a family member dismissed. Pursuant to that, you pled to a robbery and they put you on a probation for a robbery case. Since that time, you've now picked up in January of this year, a failure to stop being information. We gave you a bond, you got out. And now you've picked up another 2 cases. You picked up an evading arrest and a failure to identify oneself to a peace officer. Let's go through those. Do you mind going through probable cause on the 2 newest cases, please?
Yes, Your Honor. So these cases, on April 13, 2024, officers were dispatched to an assault in Harris County, Texas. Officers arrived and observed a large crowd of people in the parking lot. Officer observed them to be walking away from the scene. Officer told the defendant to stay at the location. Officer then spoke to an individual who stated 2 girls jumped her, and she has video of it. Complainant pointed out the defendant and stated she is one of the girls who jumped her. Defendant began to walk away again. Officer told the defendant to stop, and the defendant began running away from the officer. Officer chased the defendant. Defendant ran 100 feet before being caught. Defendant then gave the name of her sister. A JVC officer read the defendant's prints that came back to the defendant. The warrant for arrest for the FSGI.
So she had the warrant out.
She had a warrant, I believe, for the.
We're looking at the dims just to be sure which warrant we're talking about. It's going to be warrant out from Judge Nelson's court in the 42nd.
Yes. So she picked up the FSGI. They subsequently filed the motion to adjudicate.
Got it.
That
Okay.
was the warrant that was issued. That was.
So here's what we're gonna do. I am now revoking your bond on the failure to stop and give information. And they gave you 2 PR bonds on your 2 newest cases. I don't think so. I'm now revoking those PR bonds as well, and I'm gonna raise those up as well. And I'm gonna tell you, if you do get out again, I'm gonna order you under home confinement. Because when you get out, nothing good happens. You understand, Ms. Williams? The only thing we want are streets to be safe. And does that happen? Okay, so,
I'm not saying you're guilty of them, okay? And we're just saying we right to a jury trial. We have to, it's just a matter of, the judge wants to make sure that you're safe and that everyone is safe if you get out, okay?
no,
All right?
the problem, Ms. Williams, is that you're on bond or on probation for a very serious robbery case where people go to prison for 20 years. The only thing we ask you to do is behave yourself. And when you put yourself in a situation where it's inevitable that bad things are gonna happen.
Yeah, and Judge, I would like to say that Judge, dating in the field ID, again, we're not conceding that they happen, we're just, but they are moments of being scared, Judge. And just, she's not out there.
I don't know, it sounds to me like she's not charged with another assault.
And again, Judge, it's just,
I mean-
she's not there stealing or anything else, it's some intentional thing. It is in the moment, it's obviously she's scared and she maybe makes a decision that she shouldn't make, but we'll look at the evidence, Judge, and approach.
Yeah, okay,
Thank you, Judge.
yeah, for sure. So, for now, I'm gonna set all the bonds at 5,003,
Yes, Judge.
and then we'll go from there, man.
We'll reapproach it, we'll get some more information, Judge.
Sure.
As well as when we get some information on the felony.
They're not
Thank you,
gonna
Judge.
file any new cases, are they? The assault or anything?
That's unknown right now, but Your Honor, I think for now, the charges are just going to stay at this.
Yeah, okay, all right, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
¿Qué tal? Solo mire, fácil le contestan en español.
We have
nada más. ¿Cuál es su nombre, señor?
Antonio Vergara.
Ok, solo mira para allá. Antonio Vergara.
Vergara.
Is it
Page
River?
27, be like boy.
Got it.
Vergara.
Vergara.
Ah, era ese Vergara.
Are we doing a plea, Marjorie?
Yes, Your Honor.
What time are we looking at?
21 days with me.
Mirándolo.
Ok.
Mr. Belgada, you're charged with burglary of a vehicle. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 21 days in jail with credit for the 22 days that you've done. You were giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never change this. Do you understand? From now on, if you pick up any future cases, you will be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. You must also understand that if you continue to pick up these burglary of a motor vehicle cases, they can use these to enhance you to a felony. And then you will be looking at serious time in prison. Not only that, you live in Texas. You mess with the wrong person, they're gonna shoot you dead, like it happened 2 weeks ago. Do you understand? How do you plead to the offense, sir?
Solo míralo, a él le dije, no me mira a mí, escuche muy bien. Guilty.
Find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. Good luck to you, sir. Okay. Mr. Contreras, you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with interference with the duties of a public servant, which I think is the one that's getting dismissed. In exchange for your plea on the reckless driving, you're facing up to 30 days in jail and or a $500 fine. You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days with 2 days credit. This will go now on your record. You are now facing a minimum of 30 days in jail if you ever pick up another case. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Let me make one more thing abundantly clear to you. To those people who act like a schlemiel in a car, the Texas legislature has made it extremely easy for them to take your car and seize it from you permanently. If you are caught racing, reckless driving, donuts, this type of act or street takeovers, I'm telling you, because we had a guy here last week on his second case, they took and they seized his car. This is now your first reckless driving. You pick up another one of these cases, it's very well possible they take your car from you permanently. Do you understand? You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty to something, you can never change this. You will be stuck with this for the rest of your life. How do you plead to this offense? I'm extremely serious that I couldn't believe it myself when they came in here and he told me that they seized his car. I couldn't believe it, but they're doing it. So be very careful. The next time you race, you may lose it permanently. Good luck, guys. Thanks. I'll roll you. I'll roll it. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Harris. Thanks, guys.
Make sure you don't have to sleep down here, give them this, otherwise you'll.
Okay, hey, you ready?
For Angel Pena in custody,
Okay,
this was the,
you don't have to remind me. I remember, Mr. Payne.
so it is a marijuana gun case, so we don't have labs yet. He's telling me that, my client's telling me that all of his GPS violations.
I'm not letting him out.
Okay.
We've had a lot of history with this guy. We've had a lot of issues, and I know that if I let him out, it's just gonna continue. So he's gonna have to pony up the money, but I don't trust him. I don't. We've given him way too many chances. It's now his 4th case.
Okay. Just, can I say that he says that he would even be willing to do a 24-hour house arrest?
Can you bring him out, please? Give me a second, I'll talk to him.
Yes, sir, I appreciate it.
Tell me, come on up. Mr. Pena, come on up. How's jail? You don't get it though. You don't get it. Like some people they just don't get it. We gave you a chance. We've given you so many chances. You violated our bond at least 6 times on your first gun case. You pled 5 times you violated the first time. You picked up another case, a weed case, got rid of that case. Then you picked up another gun case. And when you picked up that third case, the gun case, you violated bond 7 times. That means I let you out at least 6 times and you violated conditions. And now you picked up a 4th case, and within 2 weeks of you getting out, you violate conditions, and you want me to let you out? Cute. What do you think I should say?
I later said, I didn't know it was in my parking lot. Like, I didn't know I couldn't go to my parking lot. Like, if not, I wouldn't have went outside at all. Like, that address, if you search it up, it's literally my parking lot. I didn't know I couldn't be in my parking lot. Like, I'm willing to do 24/7 house arrest, sir, to prove to you, like, I'm trying to do good for real. Like,
I don't believe you.
Like, I was really in my
If history is any indication, if I let you out in another 3 weeks, you'll be up here again with more violations. And Mr. Pena, you're way too much drama for me. I'm not going to do that again. I've learned my lesson. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Fool me 12 times, shame on me. I'm sorry, Connor. It ain't going to happen. Bye. Let's set it off a week, and then we'll see in a week. Okay? I'm not going to keep him forever, but I want him to stew for a while to really get it. And then in a week, but don't tell him, please. I want him to have the fear of not knowing when he's going to get out, because that's really sucks, you know? Okay, a week. A week I'm paying you.